Thank you, choir. Beautiful. Another worshipful morning at United Church of Sun City. Thank you all for being a part of it. And again, I invite everybody back here next week, 10 a.m., for the worship and praise of God. And next week, yes, is our cantata. I also want to mention that next Sunday after the cantata, at about 11:15 in Grace Chapel, we will have a service of baptism for my great niece. Some of you remember when my first great niece was baptized here at the end of 2021. That was Linnea. Both girls are pictured here. The little one is Autumn Elizabeth Abel, and she was born in October of last year, and so we will baptize her next Sunday morning. Anybody who would like to attend is welcome. That's going to be about 11:15 in Grace Chapel next Sunday morning. As always, the offering plate at United Church is by the door. Thank you for whatever it is that you can give to United Church. I will pray over the offering in a few minutes. One more reminder, double check the bulletin for all the Easter events taking place in the next 3 weeks. And again, please stay this morning for our very special fellowship time honoring Floyd. And on that note, Floyd is going to share with us right now some thoughts on 60 years of ministry, and then he will offer the benediction. So please join me in welcoming Reverend Floyd Ellison.
Good morning. Sometimes in the morning when I look into the bathroom mirror, I think of the words that God said to Joshua, "You are old." Hey, Josh, God says saying the same thing to me. He's telling me that I'm old. I'm still this side of 80, so don't call me old. But then after splashing water on my face, combing what little hair is left, and brushing my teeth, I remember the following words after God said that. "You are old and advanced in years, but take heart. There's much to learn, much truth to be understood, and much love to be experienced." And I certainly have experienced that love from the church communities that I've served. And for this, I'm grateful. You've been told that there's food back there, and there is, and you'll get to there. Don't worry. I promised I would speak for only 20 minutes. And there's also some memorabilia that you saw when you came in, which kind of shows some of my life in my previous years. But before we head back there, I want to share just kind of a thumbnail sketch of what you're going to see on the tables. I hope you'll take time to look at the display. You're bound to find something that you didn't know about me. Maybe you'll find out something you wish you didn't know. But I do want you to go home this morning and with the knowledge that you did learn something about me. I want to tell you a few things right now, very simply. I was born and raised in a small rural Illinois town, the fifth of 8 children. I played the piano beginning at age 9 and studied piano through my college years. I played at all the weddings and funerals in town, and I was the accompanist for the high school vocal and band instrumentalists and college recitalists. I graduated from college with a degree in music, and then to my parents' chagrin, I headed west with my wife to a Baptist seminary in California after being dedicated for ministry in my home church. Now, you can find that dedication message on the table back there, and I have $20 for the first person who finds it and either brings it to me or tells me that you better bring it to me. No, for $20. Anyway, you better have proof. And I'll just lay that right there. Upon completion of my studies, I was ordained on March 8th in my home church and headed into the world with the promise of, where are you now? Jeremiah. I am quoting from Jeremiah, one of my very, very favorite scriptures, and one that has been a beacon for me. God said to Jeremiah and to Floyd and to you, I know the plans I have for you, plans for good and not evil, plans to give you a future and a hope. After seminary, I served churches from 1964 to 72 as organist, as a youth pastor, as an assistant pastor, and finally as a pastor. And then I completed 25 years of service as a U.S. Navy chaplain, retiring in 1997 with the rank of captain. I then served on the staff of a church in Ramona, California, and the lady over here waving, she was the secretary of the church. We sang in choir together. We've done a lot of musical things as well as a lot of things in the community. This is Joanne, and when you look at the composite picture, that oval picture over there, Joanne crafted that. And it's my treasure, Joanne, and for the rest of you. So take a good look at that composite. And while I was there, God called me to raise 3 grandchildren upon the death of their mother. Highlights, I'm going to give you just several highlights of my musical and pastoral careers. One was serving as the accompanist of the famed Augustana Choir. The second one was being named organist emeritus when I left the Ramona Church. Number 2, a highlight was serving as senior chaplain for all the ships in the USS Nimitz battle group, and as supervisory chaplain for all of the U.S. Navy chaplains in Europe. Number 3, I directed the first ever Christmas cantata sung on an aircraft carrier. When crew members gathered and sang the Christmas story in the hangar bay of the ship with the planes tethered all around us. And you'll see some pictures back there of that. And back there you'll see pictures of me through the years of my ordination. That's the composite picture. You'll see what I looked like with my wife and my little baby. That's a treasure. And then the picture that was taken for my 50th and the picture that was taken for the 60th was taken here just a few months ago, the 31st of December when I preached. I was dressed like this. Do you remember? Have you ever seen me look like this? Were you in church on the 31st of December? Aha. Okay. Anyway, feel free as you go through the lines to pick up any of those acrylic displays so you can, get it at the, whatever your vision is like. It's hard leaning over the table like this, so use your arms to read those. I've lived a blessed life. Lordy, 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 have my life been blessed. With dual careers in music and in ministry. I had a Proverbs 31 wife. I have 2 children, 7 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren. I can't believe it. My family and my church communities, like this one, have loved me through the years and have kept me grounded. And I repeat what Brady said today and the hymn, God has been great. God has been absolutely faithful to me. God and church folks like you, and you, I don't want to leave you out, have supported me through some very dark times, reminding me in a 1 Corinthians paragraph, no test that comes is beyond the course of what others have had to face. No test has come that you and I and all of us have not faced. I have known that God would never let me down or be pushed past my limit. God has been there to help me come through the test, and I thank God, and I bless all of you for that. Now, Pastor Brady suggested that I share a benediction this morning when I've completed, and I'm almost there. That I will do. But first, I want to share a very clever table blessing, because we're going to eat in a minute when I just shut up. So we want to ask a blessing for the food that Vicki and her staff have prepared. You'll find a copy of that blessing on the table. Here's another 20 to the person who finds it and brings it to me or proves to me that you've seen it. So there we go. Here's that blessing. Lord, as we enjoy these delectable victuals, may they add to your glory and not to our middles. And then finally, and we'll get on with other things. When I was stationed in London, I discovered a benediction, which I'm going to share with you, when I was traveling in Wales. Life is short, and there is not too much time to gladden the hearts of those who travel with us. I'm going to start that again. If I can. That was so random, it just threw me off stride. There we go. Life is short, and there's not too much time to gladden the hearts of those who travel with us. So be quick to love, and make haste to be kind. Amen. Now let's eat after we sing, and I'll have these on me back there.